Garfield. We all know him. The fat titular cat of his own comic strip and franchise. Said franchise, of course, being known for its dry humor and extensive amount of memes. However, today we look at a flick that is sort of a niche in the belly of this beast. Now, this movie is the first of a trilogy, and to be honest, I don't know why any of these films are greenlit. But before we get to the others, we gotta make it through this one, so... Ladies and gentlemen, Garfield gets real. The movie starts how you'd expect a Garfield movie to start. It's Monday morning and Garfield doesn't want to get out of bed. However, breakfast is being made, and Garfield responds by making an earthquake in his room. We then learn that him and John can speak to each other.
Work is a big part of the problem.
Well, you'd better cheer up fast, pal, because we leave for work in 20 minutes.
As it turns out, this entire trilogy is set in a world where Garfield and various other comic characters work on comic strips in some sort of studio, and the newspapers are their cameras into the real world. So with that in mind, we see everyone having a fun time at the office before work, while this guy uses an accordion to steal his wife's food. Then this happens.
The toot. The whoopee cushion.
I don't even have a joke for this. What is wrong with you? Naturally, after seeing this, Garfield becomes immensely depressed. Arlene then tries to console Garfield. Then Garfield explains that he wants a change of scenery. I'm sure you know where this is going. As they begin to produce the new comic, this pompous British guy lets out a real gem.
All right, let's shoot people.
Well, I was gonna do that later, but if you insist. Unfortunately, the concept of mass murder does nothing to cheer up Garfield, as he only does his job to avoid being reprimanded. And because he hates his job so much, he decides to go into the real world. But as it turns out, the real world really sucks, and isn't very real at all. Then Garfield meets some hobos, who demonstrate an homage to the theme song of his 90s TV show. And no, not the Ready to Party one. If you like that one, I will drone strike you. So with no way back into the comic world, Garfield begins to accept his life and stays with one of the hobos. That is until these freaks show up and threaten to take his spot in the newspaper. So now Garfield, and Odie because he was trying to hide a bone from this human energy drink earlier, are trying desperately to get back into the comic world, while the hobos watch in amusement. Then Garfield gets a real good idea when he spots this chick. You see what I did there? Why aren't you laughing? You're supposed to laugh. Laugh! Okay, so you remember when this guy used an accordion to steal his wife's food? Well, Garfield gets the idea to make a giant version of that accordion to get him and Odie back into the comic world. So with the plan in motion, the two reunite with the hobo from before to bed down for the night. Then the freaks set the place on fire. Noticing this, the comic crew gets the accordion thing into place. Then John, the bear who did that horrible sneezing thing, and the guy who made the thing go into the burning building to rescue them. Then they get back into the comic world and everyone is happy, including one of the hobos. But all in all, you can tell there was a genuine effort put into this movie, which is something you will see with its successors as well when I get to them. But until then, stay tuned. I do still need you to laugh at that joke though. Me and Gwen really think you should like and subscribe. Or else. Oh no.